Hi there and welcome to another episode of my Overwatch characters overview. We're still doing the defense classes here. We've completed Bastion already and we're now moving on to Hanzo. Now Hanzo is one of my favourite characters.
With every death comes honor.
Let's just
With
bring up...
honor, redemption.
Are you finished? I think he's finished. Right, let's have a look at this guy's abilities. So basically immediately you can see he's got a bow. The bow can be fired just by single clicking. Obviously it doesn't have as much range, and by holding it down you get it up to full strength, and then you can release it to get the most range that you can fire the arrow at. Being an arrow, it does arc, so the further away you are from your target, the more you'll have to compensate for the height, and you can see that there are 3 dots on the screen there which can help you with judging the distance that you are firing at and where your arrows are going to land. So let's have a look at his abilities then. So we've already covered the bow. We've got a passive wall climb ability. This is similar to Genji. So we can run at a wall and we can hit the space bar and we climb. And we're up to the top, and we can do the same on most surfaces. So again, very similar to Genji. We have a sonic arrow ability. Now this is quite cool. If I use the left shift and I fire it down here, for example, let's see if we can hit that robot. No, we missed. Never mind. It kind of works a bit like Widowmaker's abilities, but only in the small area where it can be, where it's been fired at. You can hit an enemy with it, and it will follow the enemy around. So they might reveal to you the location of other enemies as they move around. So let's see if we can hit this guy. He pops his head back out.
See that which is unseen.
There we go. So you can see he's walking around now, and I can see them. And as the guys come in and out of the area that the arrow covers, that they disappear and reappear. So that's very handy. Along with that, we've got a scatter arrow, which can be used very similar, or I say very similar. It can be used in conjunction with the sonic arrow. So I just killed him by hitting him with the sonic arrow, which does do damage. But now I can fire off one of my scatter arrows, and you'll see it will just shoot off arrows all over the place. So there we go. There's one came back out, bounced around somewhere. So that's very good for getting shots around the sides of, or into a room, or possibly around corners if there's an enemy there. And yeah, just help you to do a little bit of extra damage. And on cue, the ultimate is now ready. Which the ultimate is kind of smart. It's a dragon strike. So basically, you fire an arrow which travels a very short distance. Now you have to be very careful here. If you're very close to a Genji and the arrow hasn't travelled its minimum distance from, I think it's something like 5 meters or something like that, Genji can reflect that arrow and will turn the dragons against you. That is not something that you want to do. So let me just fire off the sonic arrow. And we're going to fire the dragons. Let's just sort of send it down the middle here. There we go, we get a lovely couple of dragons which will just head across the map. And it took out only one robot, but hey, still a kill. It does travel through everything and carries on until it reaches the outside of the map. So basically I could fire it on one side of the map and I could hit somebody on the other side of the map, and they might not even see it coming because it could go straight through a wall, which itself is pretty damn cool. So that's Hanzo's abilities. Nothing more complicated than that, really. I say your sonic arrow has a lot of utility because you do damage your enemies when you hit them. You also he moved, damn him. You do damage enemies, but if you hit an enemy with it, that enemy drags the arrow around with them. They don't realise they've been hit by a sonic arrow, they just think they've been hit by an arrow, so it gives you the benefit and surprise advantage there.
Simple geometry.
Scatter arrows, again, they bounce around all over the place. Ideal for closed spaces, rooms or corridors, or shooting around a corner. Bearing these in mind, that makes Hanzo quite useful against a Bastion. Again, you've got that visibility thing where Hanzo has to be able to see Bastion to some degree.
Perfect.
But which means that you're probably going to take damage from Bastion, but with your Sonic Arrow,
Blocked by the dragon.
you're probably going to be able to see him or know where he is, and then hopefully with your scatter arrows like that you can do some damage to him. But really you're going to be revealing him the most, and then trying to duck in and out and try and get those kills on the Bastion. Same thing with Tourbillon, because he doesn't move and his turret doesn't move. That's going to give you that same kind of control. You can see him, he might not be able to see you.
See through the dragon's eyes.
Then you can shoot around the corners with your scatter arrows, or you can just try and take out the turret. You can very much outrange the turret that Tourbillon has, so you can take advantage of that quite simply. Your enemies you probably want to kind of try to avoid is anything that's very tanky, so you're looking at avoiding Roadhog, Diva. You're probably going to want to avoid anybody who's quick, so you want to look at Tracer. Very hard to hit Tracer. Reaper also could cause you some problems, especially since he's such close range. Who else? I think that's about it really. I mean, your only other sniper that there is in the game at the moment I think is Widowmaker. I believe there's another one coming soon, so you should be standing off quite well against Widowmaker, and in fact I have done a few times with Hanzo. You do lose speed whilst your arrow is fully drawn, so ducking in and out from behind cover to take shots is a little bit difficult, whereas Widowmaker can just sort of stand there and pop you, and she's got the mobility still. But you can very much as a Hanzo take out a Widowmaker, so probably beware of a Widowmaker, but not really the enemy that's going to be the most problem for you. The tanky characters are going to be your biggest issue. Probably, I'll think about it, Reinhardt as well might be an issue for you as well with his shield. Your arrow's pretty much useless once his shield's up and someone's hiding behind it, because you just can't get those hits. Anyway, that's it for Hanzo. So we'll cut through to some gameplay in a random match, and hopefully we can show off some of those abilities. So here we are again. 10-second countdown before the game begins. I love punching those gas canisters in that little bit there. So off we go as Hanzo. As much as I love playing Hanzo, I'm not particularly very good with him. Most of the kills I get I think are more down to luck than good judgment.
See that which is
So out goes a Sonic Arrow to try and reveal the enemy, which reveals nobody. So I'm just taking a few pot shots because everyone's just running around like just crazy in there at the moment. Managed to get one kill.
The objective is now.
Off goes the Ricochet just to see if there's anyone in there. Managed to
see through
get
the dragon's
a
eyes.
kill on the mech for some reason. Not sure why. So again, just a few speculative shots out there. The enemy's just kind of running around, and the rest of the team's currently dead, so I'm getting shot at now.
Suiting up.
Let's have another kill there.
My arrow finds its mark.
Get the occasional hit, but it's kind of difficult. Everyone's just kind of milling around and running backwards and forwards. Again, out with the Sonic there, but didn't really provide me with any real use. No decent information. Still racking up a few kills, so can't complain too much. So trying to capture the point. Enemies coming in from down there, so just trying to pop off a few shots, and away goes the ultimate after using the reveal. In comes the enemy Hanzo's ultimate. So now we're having a bit of a face-off with the enemy Hanzo, and then Diva comes in and polishes me off.
I will not be defeated so easily. See through the
So I'll
dragon's
take a bit of a shot there
eyes.
with the sonic arrow to see if I can reveal anything, but it's far too high to actually be able to really see anybody, and I don't think there's anyone around at the time either. So just trying to find somewhere convenient to stand with a good range to shoot from. Trying to avoid Roadhog's ultimate there. Reaper goes into his Wraith form. Unfortunately I missed the shot to try and kill him, but I managed to get him anyway after he picked up a heal.
See that which is unseen.
Try not to get out of cover too much because there's a lot of other shots being thrown around here. My sonic arrow didn't last very long, didn't really reveal anything useful. And that is a perfect example of why I didn't want to get too close, because Roadhog is going to stuff his arrow, his hook straight up my nose.
I must redeem myself.
So this is me again, just firing off the arrow. I still haven't learnt by this stage that it just lands too high to do anything. It's not going to reveal anyone unless there's a sniper up there. So a couple of arrows into the back of Beaver there. Reaper gets up nice and close, and not much I can do about Reaper. I can try and hit him with the arrows, but I'd have to get very, very lucky.
Again. See through the dragon's
So yeah, again, I'm
eyes.
adjusting myself down slightly there to try and get the sonic arrow to land a little bit lower down, but still hasn't really revealed anything useful to me.
Just as when we were
Took out Genji there with the ricochet arrow, which actually can be quite useful to do a lot of damage in a small area like that.
marked by the dragon. You go
My sonic arrow doesn't really have anything, so I take a bit of a punt anyway. Reaper appears behind me whilst I'm trying to avoid Beaver's ultimate. Time's running out, so we need to kind of get in there whilst we can. Reaper tried to use his ultimate and got killed by somebody straight away. Roadhog's coming in there. I'm trying to pop him a few times to take him out, but he's just so tanky. And then Diva gets in the way with one of my shots, which could possibly have done damage. Again, I've got my sonic arrow, try to ricochet, managed to get a kill off of it, and then pick up another kill as someone tries to back away. So enough damage there to get a awarded a kill for. I've forgotten who that was now. Lucio. And then I managed to take out McCree whilst he was doing his his ultimate. Again, managed to miss getting the ball in the hoop. I have done it a few times, honest, I really have.
It is time to act.
There's one level where there are champagne bottles sitting on the side, and if you shoot the champagne bottles, they do the same thing as those metal tanks. Actually quite cool. I do like watching them zip around everywhere when you get a good hit with them.
Capture the objective.
Now this level's quite good because you can get quite a few little spots where you can get good shots off, especially into the point. Unfortunately not all walls are climbable. So this is one spot that's quite good if you can stay in cover. So I managed to get a few hits there on
I'm on fire.
there we go, McCree took me out whilst I was just saying I managed to get a few good hits on Diva.
The objective is
So he got a lovely hit with the with that flashbang there, which gave him a perfect stun to finish me off. So I'm just going to take a few punts here at trying to get some hits in. Unfortunately Genji was up top there and he was well, he had his reflectivity ready, I'm sure I can see it. So that's why I kind of backed off. I also messed up my ricochet, which is a shame because I could have possibly hit him because I could see him thanks to Sonic Arrow. And there's a perfect example of me being lucky with Hanzo rather than good. I just could not get any hits there at all on the creep. There's Genji bouncing backwards and forwards.
I am healed.
So there's Lucio trying to take me out. I managed to take out Lucio and I get finished off by Genji. Oh, cheeky bugger, he used his reflect on me.
Start over.
So I actually killed myself. Quite well played though.
Mine! This is my point!
So I don't really know what I'm doing here. I'm just kind of wandering around, and I should really kind of be trying to do something particular. Walk straight into Reaper and get slaughtered. That close range is absolutely not much I'm going to do against Reaper. I did get a good hit on him with the arrow, but unfortunately not going to do enough
I must
damage.
reclaim my honor.
So the enemy are doing quite well here. They've almost won the game, or won this match anyway. I dropped my sonic arrow and then got my ultimate, hoping to either get them out of the ultimate or try and get some kills. Get them out of the ultimate, get them off the point even.
Round 2.
We've lost that round unfortunately. So on to round 3. I'd rather go with the basketball. And miss again. So I try shooting the basketball and miss, and shooting the basketball again and miss. This is how bad I am with Hanzo's aim sometimes. But I'm also convinced it's not entirely my fault.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Round 3. Capture the objective.
So away we go. I'd think about going down to the right and then I change my mind. So we're looking for trying to get a good long sight across this bit across the capture point, which really is left or right where I'm standing now on the left. So I get a couple of hits there on Roadhog. Finally managed to get the kill on him. Find another Reaper again, I believe that is. Trying to advance on the point and then see a target on there to the right, and that's Genji.
I claim the objective.
Managed to kill him with the ricochet arrows
Objective.
and pop out the sonar because that's where the enemy should be coming from, either that side or the other. Too busy trying to take on Teebor there and then finally get the kill, and don't really notice Reaper to the right, who uses teleport and comes up behind me. If I'd spotted him earlier I could have possibly done something about him, but yeah, I didn't.
I must
No
reclaim
point in
my
worrying about
honor.
what was or what could have been.
Soldier 76 reporting for duty.
But I actually got quite lucky there because I fired that shot at Genji, not thinking about the fact that he was using his reflect at the time. So here comes Teebor, which is a problem, so I use my ricochet and then pop my ultimate. Managed to get a couple of shots, but Teebor ultimate there means I had to back off. In comes Genji, in comes Roadhog, in comes Reaper. Managed to completely miss Reaper with my ricochet, but managed to take him down with arrows anyway, because for some reason he didn't exactly advance on my position, so he wasn't doing as much damage to me as I was able to do to him. Let's all go down here. There goes Teebor's mech. I should really send a ricochet sailing in there, but I don't get around to doing it. And then in comes Genji, and now that he's just clearing up. You watch his kill cam, look. 2, 3, 4. That's got to be a play of the game. That's
I
definitely
am
got to be a
not
play of the game.
deterred.
So on the run back again into the game area.
Time's running out! Everyone attack!
I decide to go to the right hand side this time. I hit Roadhog with a Sonic Arrow. Fortunately, Widowmaker is there to help me out, because otherwise I would have slaughtered. Genji's got his Reflect up. We managed to get a kill between me and Widow. McCree comes in, and my Ricochet bullet does a lot of damage, but unfortunately doesn't kill him. Just to rub salt in the wound, he kills me by punching.
Deterred. Marked by the dragon.
So I hit my Sonic, hopefully trying to pick somebody up, but not managing. We're running out of time, and my ultimate is ready. Ricochet, back off because that's Diva. Fortunately, I'm far enough away that it doesn't actually kill me.
See that which is unseen.
Right, there's the ultimate. That should be going towards where the enemy is spawning, but I only get one kill, which I think was Diva. Oh, we've got a Winston there. Somebody changed to a Winston. Again, not much I can do with Winston there. Tanky and right in my face. All I can do is unload arrows into him and hope that he dies. I managed to do a lot of damage to him, but not enough to kill him.
Again.
So again, it always feels like such a long walk back to the combat area or the capture point. There we go, popping the head there to take out McCree.
No one can hide.
And we scored a victory, earning us the game. That was a very good game actually, that was a fun game to play. And there we go, Genji gets play of the game as expected.